Did you know that nearly 30% of all children in the U.S. under the age of 20 are either obese or overweight? I need y'all to understand that something needs to be done to better these children's nutrition in the schools. We need to start them on the right path and give them the opportunity to live a healthy lifestyle. Children spend 5 days a week at school, and this involves 2 meals. They most of the time are given breakfast and lunch. So when they get home, they're only getting 1 meal from their household. So most of their meals that they're going to be obtaining are going to be from the schools. So that's very important to understand because they're getting mostly unhealthy food for 2 out of their 3 meals a day. And there are completely way too many unhealthy options that schools provide to these children. We need to think about these kids and get them the proper nutrition that they need to be able to function throughout their day. The obesity is just getting out of hand. Like I said, nearly 30% of all children in the U.S. are already obese or overweight. That's just the children. When we get older, it just increases from there. So we need to get to these kids while they're young and start them on a good path, a healthy lifestyle, and maybe this could change our country drastically. So we're having problem funding our lunches on giving them proper nutrition, but we can spend our funding on far more ridiculous things, such as sports facilities. For example, CBS actually did an article on Allen's high school football stadium that cost $60 million. That's just outrageous. We don't need a football field that costs $60 million for a middle school and high school athlete. They're not professionals going out there right now. There are far too many more important things that this money could be spent on. Another necessity that we have is would be the laptops and tablets that are assigned to these children throughout the year. They're far too much of a problem than they are good. I mean, they're such a distraction. Hardly ever any work gets done on them. And I know this firsthand because my high school assigned iPads and no work hardly ever got done on them. The funding that is spent on these technology and sporting facilities could be better used than spending on those unnecessities. Whenever we could use them to better our children's nutrition and give them the proper value that they need. There are actually nonprofits that have a specific goal in hand to give these children the proper nutrition that they deserve. But they're having problem funding and they need better funding so they can give them the right foods daily. Like I said, for breakfast and lunch, we can give them the right foods for those 2 meals a day, and that could help them greatly. The Union of Concerned Scientists actually did an article about the NSLP, which is the National School Lunch Program. And so what they do is they get their participating schools and they actually provide them with breakfasts and lunches for those schools. But the catch is that those schools have to follow along with those nutritional standards that they have. So, I mean, the school is actually being able to save money and provide those kids with the proper nutrition that they need. In conclusion, unhealthy school lunches are just causing our obesity rate to just climb. I mean, 30%, and who knows where it could be at now because we are just going in the wrong direction. We're having terrible funding on technology and sporting facilities that we just do not need at all. It's not helping us benefiting us in any way at all. And then these nonprofit organizations that need funding, we need to help them. We need to figure out a way to get them more money so that we can provide these kids with the proper nutrition so they can better themselves. I mean, nutrition is essential. It's our basic, we need the nutrition for our basic functions, everything. It won't only help these kids physically, but it will also help them mentally in the classrooms as well.